What's on my mind this morning, though? It's not under the sea. Patria, would you let your child clean toilets at school?
Uh, so I I struggle with the decision. However, I understand why the rule is in place. And if it is the rule of a school that I really love, I
But
will
why do
allow
you
it.
struggle with the decision?
Because it's cleaning toilets.
Yeah, but you have gloves and whatnot. You don't
It's
clean toilet at
it's
home. You
the
clean.
thought of what goes in a toilet, and cleaning your own and that of your families is one thing, but cleaning a stranger's, whatever they put in a toilet, is a whole nother thing. And that's, I think, what
You're not cleaning
repulses
it with your
people.
bare hands. I mean, listen. I think all school children across the across the world should clean the toilets at their own school. You know why? Because I think it teaches you to respect not just the value of the hard work, but people don't value things in which they aren't personally invested,
Agreed.
whether it's your time or your money. For example, I've done like workshops for free. Whenever I do a free workshop, two people turn up. Whenever I charge for the same workshop, you guarantee people's money is on the line, is invested in that event. They're going to be there. It's going to be full.
We actually made a decision at a corporate entity that I worked at, and I'll say it is digital. At the time when I was there, we decided that we wouldn't do free concerts for that very reason. But we had no interest in the gate money. We donated the gate money to charity. But just so that people had a vested interest in this
Exactly.
thing, we charged a minimal cost for you to get through the door and then donated the money to charity.
Exactly. So when I think of bathrooms at schools when I was growing up, they were the most disgusting places. Like, you don't go to bathroom at school unless you absolutely can't hold it,
Kwesi
unless
said,
it's an emergency.
Kwesi said for all of primary school, he did not go to the
You
bathroom.
don't go to the bathroom because they're so filthy. And I think that if the children are made to clean their own bathrooms, they're going to value the bathrooms more. You're going to a bathroom at a typical primary school or high school. There's urine on the floor. You have to be tiptoeing around the urine to get to the toilet. For some strange reason, there's feces
I don't
smeared on the
understand
wall.
how does
Why
that
and
happen?
how is feces smeared on the wall? There's stuff written all over the walls. That was the place to advertise if you didn't like somebody. So and so is another word for a prostitute. They're always filthy. But if you have to clean that bathroom yourself, I guarantee it makes a huge difference. And I saw the photographs from Maypen High School of the
Big ups,
bathrooms.
Mr. Preddie. Good morning.
I have never seen such beautiful school bathrooms in my life.
First of all, they're impeccable. They are impeccable. Those toilets are clean, those floors are clean, those walls are clean. And then they're inspirational messages written. So people don't even want to deface them. The students don't even want to deface them because there's signs all around saying that you're a great man and things that great men do and women and what does it mean to be a woman. They're inspirational messages on the bathroom walls in the stalls.
And I know as well that if you have that interest in cleaning the bathroom, especially if you know it's your day, you're gonna police the bathroom. If you see anybody making a mess in there, it's you and them. That's fight talking about to start. You're
Absolutely.
taking responsibility for it. And let me tell you, when I heard the initial story on the news, I was like, really, this is news? Like, and then they described it as the controversial practice. I'm like, this is controversial.
Cleaning bathrooms.
Of cleaning toilets. They kept stressing the toilets, not just the bathroom. Toilet, the
Yes.
toilet. That's the issue. I'm like, this is controversial. Like, why is this an issue? Then I heard there's one parent complaining, and this is a big story on the news. And then I heard it's on cover. I'm like, cover, really? The principal have to come defend this practice because one parent complained. Well, I was shocked when I heard public opinion at 6:30, and there are many people who were opposed to it. So I'm like, okay, I guess it really is controversial. Interestingly, in the comments, the recorded comments, the interviews with people on the street, was split across gender lines. All the women said, no way, can't make my picnic clean bathrooms, clean toilets. And all the men said, yes, picnic for clean toilets.
Wow.
I thought that was rather interesting. And then on social media, the comments were split I don't know if it was equally across gender lines as well, but the comments were definitely split. You had people who were for it, people who were against it. I thought Principal Preddie did a very good job in defending the reasons, in explaining why this is the practice at their particular school, Mapen High School, which is a Seventh-day Adventist school, and outlining, the culture of the church in terms of, having that humility, instilling the value that you're not better than anybody else. You're not better than the person who collects the garbage. You're not a better human being. You shouldn't turn down your nose at the janitor.
People are people.
People are
And
people.
jobs are jobs.
And jobs are jobs. And we all must, take that care and learn the value of hard work. Now, the rebuttal to that is I heard some people saying, well, I teach my child that at home. I teach my child these values at home. They don't need to learn that at school. But I say, well, what's wrong with reinforcement? There's absolutely nothing wrong with reinforcing a message that you learn at home at school.
Yes.
And vice versa. Because by that argument, school children shouldn't do homework.
Because you do it at home.
Because schoolwork is for school.
Schoolwork is for school.
Not for home. They don't need reinforcements at home. By that argument, things that you learn at church shouldn't be applied at school or at home or anywhere else in any other environment.
And if we're going to be real, the same kind of practice applies in other schools in other kinds of ways. We all have litter duty. We all at our schools have an assignment where your class is responsible for picking up and keeping clean a certain area of the school, and it means picking up the trash. And more school children are less inclined to walk and drop a bottle on the ground because 10 minutes later you are going to be the same one who is made to go over there and pick it back up. It's the same thing with keeping your classroom clean. Lots of schools, I know I had it at my school. You have a roster where you have classroom duty, and two of you have a responsibility at the end of the day to clean that classroom, bucket and mop and wipe it out and dust down the desks, and it's just another chore.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you do chores at home, you do chores at school. I don't see the issue with this particular duty. The proper sanitary appliances are there. They give them gloves and whatnot, and they have supervision. I'm sure if something is extreme, that they won't let the children do it by themselves. They call in the ancillary staff if there's an extreme situation there to be dealt with. So as a matter of fact, the whole situation got me to thinking about the cleanliness of people in general, of Jamaicans in general. Because I was thinking, I think all school children around the country should be required to do this at all schools. And then I started thinking, well, I think all Jamaicans should have mandatory community service for a day or two out of the year.
Ooh.
And perhaps that would help to address the issue of littering and general public nastiness that we see all over the place. If everybody had a vested physical interest, either a monetary, like I said, people don't value things that their time or money isn't invested in. So if your time is invested in cleaning this country at least a couple days out of the year, I think you'd be less inclined to just throw garbage any and everywhere when you see how much effort and trouble it is to clean it. And you'll be more inclined to police other people who want to do that as well. When you see men urinating any and everywhere, and you know that part of the community service is to go scrub and disinfect those places where men often urinate, you're going to be more inclined to stop somebody and tell them, hey, don't do that, And for those things, I don't even think a fine is good enough, even though I think there are fines for littering, tickets for littering and public urination. I don't know what the law is, but I think that we should be mandatory community service. It should be something that citizens are required to do. I don't know how it would be enforced, how practical it is, but I think it would make a difference in ensuring the cleanliness of the general environment and the value that we place on our surroundings, because people don't do that at home. You don't go home and throw garbage on the floor of your house.
There are some nasty people. And they should have gone to Mapen, and they would not have been doing that.
Probably.
Had they gone to Mapen High School, then yard would have cleaner.
People don't smear feces on the wall of the bathroom at home. Why do you go to school and do that?
Nasty.
People don't urinate in their own yard. Why do you go out a road and do that? You see? That's what's on my mind.